Nnamdi Kanu, that's the same person we're all talking about. And who are we talking about? We're talking about the leader of the Biafran movement, the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. He's remarkably similar to Nelson Mandela in that his charismatic approach to securing freedom for his people, advocating for peace, and advocating for self-determination, the nation of Biafra, which used to exist. It existed for a great many years, centuries indeed, and then when the British came in, it was absorbed into the Protectorate of Nigeria, and then it came into being in the late 60s during the Biafran War, as those of you who may remember. A particularly noteworthy event which witnessed among the first and worst horrors of starvation and harm to civilians, the likes of which we had never seen, which amounted to essentially a genocide of the Igbo people. So when we say Biafrans, Nigeria has descended into a kleptocracy. And what that means is theft is the coin of the realm. Not due process, not laws, not fundamental fairness, not the pursuit of happiness, not freedom, not family, not religion, not work, not prosperity, but who can steal the most first and go back and steal some more. If I told you that there was a country that has arguably the world's oldest democracy with full participation of all of its members, what would you say if I told you that there is a country where a group of people has the oldest written constitution featuring guarantees for individual freedom and due process in the world? What would you say if I told you there was a country that featured full participation of women in its political system, both to vote and to govern, and they started doing this when Europe was in the Dark Ages, in the 800s? The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people. The very first democracy that involved self-governance, that worked for everybody, not just the Greek wealthy, but everybody, was in Igbo land. And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders was in Igbo land. The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages. And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness